Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Virgo for March 2021. Keep in mind, my friends, it's a general message. Take what you feel resonates with you. Disregard the rest. Go about your day. And know that no matter what messages do come through today, it's still up to your active free will, your power to do, my friends. The choices you make and the steps you take to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. For me, that is personal freedom, personal power, your Grassroots Evolution. It's at the tips of your fingers and under the soles of your feet. So use that power wisely, my friends. For all my subscribers, I love you, love you, love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. You truly mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this resonates and you'd like to see more, hit subscribe. Please join the journey with me. It'd be wonderful to have you along this ride. And guys, if this does resonate, please give me a thumbs up. Help me circulate the video. That support would be truly appreciated. So I am just going to call in Spirit before we get started in the reading today. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and any of your guides who would like to be here for the highest good of the collective watching to join us. I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages for the most far-reaching of us. However, again, only for the highest good of those of us watching. No second-rate messages here today, my friends. So let's see what we have in store, Virgo. Just know that even though I put a date on this and we're calling in this message for March, it doesn't necessarily mean it's something happening in March. We could be picking up from a past situation, truly something happening now, or something not yet entering into your energy field. So just take it how it feels for you. But this is more, I feel like, what Spirit wants to bring the message for March. It's just whatever they want to bring in, okay? So let's see what we have. I'm going to first start off with some spiritual advice from the Dragon Oracle. And this is by Susan Cooper. I think it's by Susan Cooper. Diana Cooper, not Susan Cooper. So if anybody's interested in this, I really like this deck. Let's see what Dragon Wisdom we have for you guys today. And we get the Yellow Crystal Dragon, which says, it opens you to a higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown for illumination. Walk the spiritual path. And they're asking me to give you a little bit of a read from that book. So let's figure out what this has to say more. Your path. I'm guided very strongly to talk about your solar plexus, and this is a piece of yellow calcite. You may want to wear yellow, you may want to paint your nails yellow. If you paint your nails, you may want to hold on to some yellow stones. Really focusing, as well as, even though it says our crown, opening up our crown chakra, connecting with the divine. This could even be like bringing in that pillar of light to open up your crown as well, and accepting the light within your life. But I'm feeling strongly, because of that yellow crystal, it is also, with our crown, we're gaining more self-confidence. And I think also gaining more self-confidence along your path, knowing that you're walking this for you, you're on the right path as well. So connecting with Spirit, connecting to the higher realms as well, is really going to help you to maneuver through this. But let's see what Spirit has in this. So page 62, and it says, crystal yellow dragons clear space around the crown chakra of animals and humans, and then illuminate the chakra and set it glowing. This enables the angels and Source itself to see us. Each of the 1,000 petals of your own crown chakra can be extended to connect with a particular star, planet, or universal energy. However, in order for the petals to reach out, the light round them must be pure. So crystal yellow dragons work rather like fairies who blow away the lower frequencies around plants so they can grow freely. Crystal yellow dragons not only have huge open hearts, but they also carry fifth dimensional wisdom codes for the universe and can download them into those of us who are ready. They work with Archangel Jovial to light up and expand the crown chakras of all of us at a fifth dimensional frequency. They then cooperate with the unicorns to connect with petals into sources of universal wisdom and knowledge. The guidance says receiving this card suggests it's a time for you to walk a higher spiritual path. Crystal yellow dragons are swirling around your head, freeing the petals of your crown chakra from lower energies, allowing them to open and illuminating them. These dragons remind you that you are a being of the universe. The ultimate is to become a cosmic master, so step into a diamond path. The crystal yellow dragons will ensure you connect with those who are ready for the light you carry. When you meet people, your light will automatically light up the key codes and mastery latent with them. The time for this higher service is now. If you guys resonated with that, just know that on this spiritual path, you're meant to influence people as well. You're meant for your light to grow, to shine. And if you feel inclined to call in those crystal dragons, the crystal yellow dragon, call them in. Ask them to help clear away any lower frequencies and to help you open up your crown so that you can be more open and receptive to the divine. So let's get a few more cards here before we move on. Spirit, can you tell me anything else that you would like Virgo to know, please? Thank you. Okay, so this card says the dark blue Galactic dragon. It helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. I think it's really important this month that if you are receiving downloads, if you're kind of realizing that your ways of your mind is thinking, your mind and your way of thinking is kind of changing. If you are, I heard like you could even be feeling like your crown opening at the top of your head. And this is really saying, you know what, you want to listen to that voice of the universe. Listen to your own higher calling, and whatever's happening this month or in the months that follow, I feel like it's really important to acknowledge the fact that your master blueprint is special and unique to you, right? You have a path to walk that no one else can. And you have experiences and people to meet that will unlock these different paths for you. So follow your own true course. Follow your own true north. Stay the course that is right for you. Be open and willing to listen to the divine as well. But this is also really important in terms of that galactic dragon, because I think it's also remembering and trying to remind you that you come for a higher purpose and that we're not just earthbound souls. We have had many lives outside of earth, and this is calling us to kind of remember that cosmic wisdom. So the bottom of the deck they want me to show you is the orange dragon. So this orange dragon says it brings soul families and communities together. Much like the yellow crystal dragon said, it's going to bring you to the people who are ready for your energy. It's not going to bring people to you who aren't ready. It's going to bring those in line with your frequencies. And this is calling in soul families. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people together everywhere. One of the things I heard is you may be a leader in your community or a community leader. If you don't feel like that role fits, it may be to just be a leader within your friends or your family. My birds are going nuts. I apologize if they bother you guys, but they are squawky and happy, which is actually nice because when we first got them, they were really, really quiet, and I thought they were broken, like they weren't going to speak. So they're out there squawking. If it gets loud, again, I apologize. I think it's really important, though, that this month you follow your own true calling so that you're bringing those soul family members back into your life. And I'm being guided to really show you, it's this tiny little piece of orange calcite, but absolutely gorgeous here. So to me, straight off the bat, there's a few different colors that we have. So the crystal yellow dragon is saying bring in that source light, that diamond white light down through your crown. We also have, though, that yellow for our solar plexus. We have this orange for our sacral, and this blue dragon is at our throat. And I feel like it's really important here to know that we're doing things with self-confidence, we're creating with passion, and we're speaking with passion. We're speaking joy into the world. We're speaking our own truth, really. And I think this also says be really open to whatever cosmic messages you may get. You may get them, I heard, through astral projection, meditation, maybe even dream space. So just be kind of open when spirit comes. And as well as what I'm hearing is you can ask spirit to deliver messages in the clearest form possible for you too. So if you're having dreams or having visions and it is just mumble jumbled, you can't make any sense of this, write it down in a journal so that you can come back to it. And ask spirit in your meditative space, be like, Spirit, can you please give me the message or a little more clarity on what does this mean? But can you do it in a way that I can understand? Because I had trouble. Spirit will listen to you. They just need us to communicate. So I'm going to move on now to some extra advice from the Shaman's Oracle. And this is absolutely beautiful. It's done through cave art. And I think it's really important today to bring this message. So let's see what we have here for Virgo, please. Thank you. The first card you get is the Ancestor of Skill. And I think that this is also important because you're unlocking your internal blueprint, right? Your master blueprint. Key codes are opening up for you. Light codes are helping to, I heard recreate your DNA, but it's not. It's upgrades, right? Well, there's something latent down within you that if there is something that you've been good at, you know you're good at, and this is, I feel like, part of your cosmic mission as well, know that you've probably done this many, many lifetimes. So for some of you, you may be a really great healer. I heard Reiki, or you may be thinking of getting interested into Reiki. This yellow crystal dragon as well, calling in that divine white light, opening up our crown. That's one of the things that when you start to get into any energy work, you are learning to work with the light. And I think this is also important because our ancestors, depending on, you know, who they were, all had their own special skill sets. And I think it's really important because back in, we'll talk caveman days, there were shamans, right? There were healers, there were the hunters, there were the gatherers. Things were kind of set into these categorized jobs, right, for people because that's what they specialized in. And I feel like Spirit's reminding you there's something that you specialize in as well. And you may even want to call in some of your ancestors here to be like, you know what is the skill that we possess? What is it that you're asking me to use? And I feel like it's also important to honor these skills, to not take them for granted, and to not think less of yourself or lowly of yourself in your ability to take and accomplish these tasks. We have the Dancer of Joy, and I love this card. I love it because these two cards are so full of life, so full of joy, and we want to be living this world in joy. If we're living in sadness and misery, you know, there's parts of us that are blocked. We can experience sadness, we can experience misery, we can experience things that happen in our world that aren't always good, but the thing is that if we aren't experiencing joy alongside of those things, are we truly living? Right? We're alive, but our soul, there's something more. I feel like it's screaming out like, hey, give me something fun to do. For some of us, this is seriously dance around your house. For others of you, this is dance in terms of celebration, dance to bring in the joy, dance with intention as well. If you see this dancer, there is a birthing happening. And this birthing also to me is very orange, very sacral. For some of you, this could be learning to harness your sexual and creative energy. For some of you, this is literally learning to move your body in ways of ceremony. Spirit wants me to give you a little bit of reading as well from the Dancer of Joy. So let's see what we have here. Dancer of Promise. Dancer of Joy. It says, I am the Dancer of Joy. I dance for the very joy of being alive and for the wisdom and sense of fulfillment that are everywhere around me. Through the fluid movements of my limbs, I can help you to discover the paths you must take as I fling myself with great abandon in a circle until I am ready to fall down. My arms stretch out and my fingers point to the direction you must take. There can be no standing still in life. I must always be moving onward to my eternal search for joy. So tread this path with me. Joy is one of the oldest states human beings encounter. The dancer in this image shows a sheer, unbridled fountain of life, bursting forth and transforming everything it touches. Joy enters us at moments of heightened awareness, of delight and passion, of truthfulness and hope. It carries us far above any feeling or experience and establishes within a core of energy that is always there to be tapped. Embrace the Dancer of Joy and let this figure carry you on an endless wave of ecstasy. Learn the joy of living and let it radiate from you, spreading out to those around you. Much like this orange dragon says, or it's not the orange dragon, the yellow dragon talks about that your energy is going to spread, right? You're going to help influence the energy of those around you. And when we are in a state of sadness, or if we're kind of in a bad mood, that energy, or sometimes we can be carrying a black cloud that we're not even quite aware of how it's going to affect the people around us. When we're joyful, when we're smiling, when we're happy, this also is infectious, right? When we laugh, people are going to laugh with us. When we're sad, some people may cry with us, especially if we're around a lot of empathic people. As well as if we're empathic, we may be picking up on other people's stuff and not really sure, why am I feeling this lack of joy? Why am I so unhappy? Well, I'm feeling like it's really important to shield yourself, to move that energy too, and to do it with intention. So one of the things that you can do with this dancer of joy is turn on some music, dance it out, and ask spirit that while you're moving your body, it helps break up any energetic blocks to you being happy and to truly experiencing the joy this life is meant to offer you, and to help transmute that energy. And you can even take your shoes off and ask it to transmute down through your feet out into the earth's core with love. And one of the things I'm hearing as well is bring in that white light as well. Ask the divine to help cleanse your energy fields, help remove anything negative, anything stagnant or stuck, anything inauthentic to you, and again to transmute that down through your feet, so that you're left with love and you're left with something that's going to create more joy. So for this as well, I feel like solar plexus healing and the sacral healing are really, really important. You also have the Shaman of Purification, which I think that this has to do. We're going to purify whatever it is that has kept us out of the vibration we're meant to be in. We're going to start purifying this. I feel like this could be relationships with family members, relationships with people, your friends, your work, like co-workers, colleagues. This could also be, to me, this reminds me a lot of a witch here. For some of you, I heard this is even purifying your practice. If you do resonate with the witch thing, it's purifying your practice so that it's yours. You know what you're doing these things with intention. I'm being reminded of Salem witch trials. And I think that this is also making sure that if any of you have past life, if that resonates with you, if the witch trials is something you've been interested in, you may be needing to purge out some sort of energy that has you blocked to your true path. So for example, with this blue galactic dragon talking about our soul's blueprint, those of us who have a strong connection with the earth and practice our magic, many of us may have also a past life have been persecuted for this, or even in this life persecuted for our magic. And that's the thing, is where people persecute for so many reasons. It could be for fear, it could be for shame of their own talents, it could be for jealousy. I heard rage as well. And what we're doing, I think, is really purifying bloodlines. This could even be where the Ancestor of Skill is coming in, because if you've been a shaman through many lifetimes, a lot of times in the medical age that we live in, things are opening up. But even 20 years ago, alternative medicine wasn't as available as it is now. Energy healing wasn't as readily available. I remember my mom took a lot of different energy courses, right? She did a lot of different things, and the information that we have at the tips of our fingers with the internet right now, she had to go and find courses. She had to find people that were going to teach her this stuff. And here now we can just type it in, search it, and there it is, you know. So I think that this is also paying homage to those that have come before us, and really learning from the people that we're meant to learn from. I heard our mentors, but learning the skills that they have while incorporating our own, and doing this with a sense of joy, to know that isn't it wonderful that we can do these things in this world without being persecuted and put to death, hopefully, depending on where we are in the world, you know, for practicing what has come natural to us. So if there is something that you feel, if you felt resonating with the witch stuff, try and take some time to meditate and to help your body release this stuff. To help yourself, I heard, really release fear, because fear is the joy killer, right? When we have fear, we're probably going to have heightened anxiety as well. And those are the kinds of things that it's really difficult to experience joy when we're always in a state of arousal in terms of fear and anxiety. They want me to show you the bottom, which is the spirit of nurture. And this one, it depicts the house. So this is nurturing your vessel on this earth, nurturing your house. Some of you may even be, you know, taking care of your house. I also heard the sign Cancer, because Cancer rules our home, right? Cancer rules our heart, rules our home. And I think that this is also, some of you may have Cancer in your world. For some of you, there is something coming during Cancer season, which would be literally the beginning of summer, so the end of June into the beginning of July. There could be something here that there's a lot of purification happening, and you're finally able to feel joy within yourself more. And it's not saying you won't feel joy now, but I feel like this is definitely saying, coming Cancer season, you're going to be able to express yourself in a whole different way and feel a lot more comfortable, but it means that you're going to have to do some of the work for that right now. So let's see what the Animal Wisdom Tarot has to offer. I want to show you guys, I'm not even sure what this rock is. I bought it, and then I bought a few rocks at the time, and this is the one I don't remember. So if any of you actually know what it is, if you have any idea, please let me know in the comments below. I would be absolutely ecstatic if you guys could jog my memory. So let's see here what we have. Please, for the sign of Virgo. So I didn't, gosh, that's a lot. I'll put those ones back. So I was looking at the Dancer of Joy. So I want to show you, we got a few cards. There are reversals. I'm going to flip them over after, but I feel like it's because there's blocks, okay? So the first one we get, I'll talk about them once we read them off, is the Five of Feathers, which is the Five of Swords. We have the Seeker of Feathers, which is the Knight of Swords. The Knower of Secrets, which is the High Priestess. The Rat, which is the Four of Pentacles, or the Four of Fossils. We have the Seer, which is the Page of Cups, or the Page of Shells. The Scorpion, which is the Five of Branches. The Ten of Feathers, which is the Ten of Swords. The Six of Fossils, which is the Gorillas, and the Six of Pentacles. And the Ten of Branches, which is the Ten of Wands, and the Scarab Beetle. Right away, I heard there needs to be a death of something, and this doesn't mean in the physical, but there needs to be an ending of something. Something needs to be put to rest for a new beginning to happen. And where I'm getting this from is you have two tens here, and if you see this guy, this Ten of Feathers, I like this because it's like, for this pig, the end has come, right? That pig's suffering is over. These vultures are waiting because I think it's time, right? It's ended. And what's happening is it's time for this pig to be transformed and transmuted, and for its life to carry on through these guys. The Six of Pentacles in the reverse is, I feel like there's not stability. So you may actually feel like in your world you've been lacking a little stability. And with this Rat, this Four of Pentacles, I feel like it's also like you've been trying to keep what you little stability, or keep what you have for yourself. And I mean, at this point, we are all aware we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Sometimes resources such as the beginning toilet paper was pretty scarce, right? You got a hold of that stuff, you weren't getting rid of it, right? You were holding on to your toilet paper for dear life because you didn't know when the next time you were going to see it on the shelf was. I know I live in a small town, in our grocery store, it was absolutely crazy. If we found a 4-pack, we were buying it because it was just like you didn't know when the next time you were going to have it was. So with this Ten of Branches, with the Scarab Beetle, this also to me resonates with a new life. Something happening, something brand new. And also, if you look at this, not all of the wands are lit at once, because I think it means about picking and choosing our directions a little more carefully so that we have stamina to keep going, so that we're not feeling like we're not in abundance because we're continuously moving. There's two fives here as well, which also to me signify another ending. And this is within our headspace and in our doing space. Similarly, You have the 10 of feathers and the 10 of branches. Here's the 5 and the 10. A change needs to happen. It needs to happen in terms of how we think about resources, how we think about competition as well. Blue jays often represent clarity, but they're also scrappers, right? They are the ones here where there's limited resources and they've laid their claim to them. So this 5 of branches is also with the hand wide open. I believe it was in the reverse. And I think it's asking us to trust a little bit more. To not believe that every time we put our hand out, something's going to bite us. To have a little trust and faith that this scorpion isn't going to sting us. As well as this being the star. To me, this is the 5th sacred thing. I don't know if any of you guys are into feminist, pagan, I guess we call it. But Starhawk wrote a book called The 5th Sacred Thing, and we've seen this kind of thing in even in Frozen 2, where she is the spirit that holds everything together, that spirit element. So air, fire, water, earth, spirit, not to diminish the role of spirit, which is why our crown is opening up at this point. And I think that this is really asking us in a lot of ways that we don't need to be so competitive with resources, right? We don't need to do that. If we are that way, we're not going to be moving. I heard this could be a really stubborn energy too, where it's one of these things that we may have had thoughts or beliefs or even competition awareness, I guess is the way I'll put it, ingrained so deeply in our minds that we feel like we aren't willing to share what resources that we have, or we don't want to lend a hand in projects. But I feel like what's happening is too with this in the reverse is if we don't actually work together, how are we going to fulfill our heart's desires? How are we going to make those first steps to walk towards something that fulfills our heart space? And this, as well as I think some of you guys, again, it could be, I feel like, religious upbringing. It could be a fear of being who you are and really honoring who you are, honoring what you know without knowing, right? Our intuition. Many people think they're just making this shit up. Sorry, guys. They're making it up so they don't want to even believe this is right. And I think it's important to notice that she does pay attention to the hidden realms. This is a very feminine energy, connected with the moon, but also wearing her heart on the sleeve and knowing she holds the secrets within her. And you guys do too. Everything that you need to know, you have the power to connect with the heavens, to connect with the divine, connect with your ascended masters. And I'm hearing Archangel Jovial as well, I think was with this crystal dragon, or it was the orange dragon. I apologize. But to connect with the angels that are here to help you and to ask for guidance when you need it. So I'm going to flip over the reversals really quickly. And I think that one of the most important things here is that in order for us to change, to bring change and to bring grounded stability, this is happiness, fulfillment. This is also joyful, working together, sharing of resources. We need to change the ways that we're thinking. And also, if we're hoarding on to something, it's because we're coming from this lack mentality that it's not going to come back, that we're not going to be able to hold on to these resources, and that there's not enough, I think is more the thing. Because going back to the toilet paper thing, the only reason why there was no toilet paper was because people hoarded toilet paper. There were people, and I mean, my neighbor, I watched my neighbor bring home the biggest size toilet paper from Costco, and she had like 3 or 4 in her Jeep, and I'm sure that there was more toilet paper at home because she was saying she keeps buying it. Well, great for her, but what about the people who don't have the resources to stock up on stuff like that, right? And I think that this is a real change we all need to come to, and we need to start having conversations. We need to start talking with each other to be able to change the way that we think. And also, I think this is also coming to the world with a little bit more love. They're reminding me of joy too. Joy is such an important thing in our world that if you are feeling like there's places you're lacking joy, we need to change the way that we're thinking, change the way that we're doing, so that we can connect with the space of joy. So the card I have, this is from a Sacred Self-Care Oracle, is rest. Get yourself some rest. Get yourself a good night's sleep, because also when we're extremely tired, we may be apt to be a little more cranky than normal. And also, this is, I heard, going to help you so that throughout your day, you're feeling happy that you have the time in the day to be doing these things. And this also, to me, talks about time management, making sure you get some downtime, making sure that you're not procrastinating, you're doing what you need to do throughout your day so that you can close your eyes and sleep at night. But they're showing me this again. Focus less on the competition and focus more on what you have to offer, the joy that you have in your world, nurturing yourself, because I feel like Spirit's going to help everything fall into place, and you want to be ready for it when it comes so that you can experience this wonderful abundance. That's what I have for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful month. I love you all, and if you'd like to leave me a comment, please do. I'd love to hear from you. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.